Hey guys, how's it going? Hot off the press at Facebook. Once again, we have some new information and updates on the mighty Mars planet as part of this. Anyway, so former U.S. Marine says he spent over 15 years in space and on Mars protecting 5 human colonies. Now, let me get something across to you people. I just posted a video yesterday about NASA saying that the atmosphere on Mars is kind of like not much, if anything at all, because it's being stripped away at 100 grams per second, okay? And there is no magnetic field for protection. So, therefore, how can there even be any life on Mars at this point? Yet, we now have this former U.S. Marine who says he spent over 15 years in space and on Mars protecting 5 human colonies that have been residing there for quite some time, okay? And we have these really cool outfits now called Mars Defense Force, MDF, and Mars Colony Corporation, MCC. Kind of reminds you of the movie Total Recall coming to light, does it not? I think so. Hello. Anyways, and we also have the Lunar Operations Command, otherwise known as the LOC. Okay, and of course, this is on Saturn's moon Titan, and even in deep space. Not only do we have technology to get us to Saturn and outer space, like, for God's sake, if you're outside of the atmosphere of Earth, you are in outer space, dumbasses. Okay, so definitely, yes, we're in outer space. We've been to the moon. Hello, people. Okay, Mars is a planet crawling with life. Woo, according to statements from the former Marine. So, there's life, there's an atmosphere, and blah, blah, blah. And yet, we just heard from NASA yesterday, even on their own website to boot, that the atmosphere sucks balls, okay? And no magnetic shield to protect anything. So, that's a problem, I think, considering what this guy's now saying. So, how much of this is bullshit? Okay, you decide for yourself. Anyhow, so this guy goes in to talking about saying that it is capable of sustaining life, is backed by several researchers, among them Dr. Brandenburg, who even claims that alien beings waged a nuclear war on the red planet, because we can find evidence of that today from traces of what's called Xeon-129, and the only process that we know that produces the Xeon-129 is a nuclear explosion. Now that I'd say definitely bullshit too, because there are other things that can be done to create Xeon-129. You don't need a nuclear explosion for that. But, and yet, I'm not a physicist or any kind of a rocket scientist, and I know this shit. Wait, because I study stuff. Anyways, in a TV interview, Dr. Brandenburg stated 2 disasters happened on Mars. He told the Supreme Master TV, called SMTV. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Anyways, no, we're not going anywhere yet. Pointing to Utopia on a map. On there, and then an asteroid impact happened here on Sedona, which was right in between them. The puzzling part is why so many bad things happened in one area of Mars that just so happened to have archaeology on it. There's archaeology on the whole damn planet, so why just pick on one spot? Maybe it had the coolest shit. Who really knows? They needed to get rid of it. No. Okay, so get this. Captain Kyle, or K, whatever you say to call his name is, also has said, now this part I think is pretty plausible. I honestly do believe in ETs, and especially the Greys, okay? And I have my reasons for that. And one of which is the fact that they have been the most talked about and projected image in our planet since 1947 over any other species out there. Okay, so let's get on with it. According to Captain K, the space fleet has technology far superior to anything available anywhere on Earth. I would hope the hell so if you're out there doing what you say you're doing. The various ships have had different propulsion systems which allow the space fleet to reach wow, there's a ton of them. To reach the frontiers of our solar system with ease. According to K, the propulsion systems used both fission and fusion powered thrusters, ward driver, and anti-gravity technology. Since when is it a grunt's job to know this shit? Seriously, he's a Marine out there, armed with a gun, killing off aliens to keep his humans safe. When is it up to them to know this sort of stuff about the technology that they're dealing with? However, hey, anything's possible. Who the hell knows? Okay. Now, Two of the species inhabiting Mars, and they say there are two, which means that's it. There's no more than two. Yet up above it says there's more. But anyways, whatever. Reptilians and insectoids, both of them are equally intelligent. The reptilians are species much more aggressive, defending their territory at all costs. The insectoids, equally intelligent and capable, are more passive. So, reptilians, warriors. The other ones, pussies. There you go. Now we got humans on the planet, most of which are probably pussies. Okay, because they're like, oh, please don't hurt us. Please don't hurt us. That's why the Marine Corps here, ma'am. We're going to protect your ass. Stand back now. I got to blow this guy away. Anyway, so the fact that the planet is capable of sustaining life has been backed by several researchers, among them Dr. Brandenburg, who even claims that alien beings waged a nuclear war on the Red Planet. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. I just posted a video yesterday from NASA. Well, actually, it's not. That video isn't directly from NASA, but you can find actually this evidence on the NASA's website, where NASA has posted themselves on their website for once that they're saying that the atmosphere is being stripped away from Mars at 100 grams per second, and this has been going on for a shit can load of time, okay, which makes the planet technically inhabitable because there's no magnetic shield either. It's been stripped away too. That's why solar winds are stripping away the atmosphere, okay? So, and then you got this wise and whack job here saying that it is an inhabitable planet. There are humans living there among the indigenous life, which are reptilians and insectoids. Now, the humans, of course, that atmosphere may not be good for us to breathe directly into our lungs. However, it appears that the reptilians and insectoids don't really have a problem, possibly, because they're not saying that they're in spacesuits either. They're not even saying that them as the humans here are in spacesuits or not. All we know is we got a pretty good idea that from this picture, on this thumbnail of this video, and from the picture here, that it's pretty plausible that, yeah, we still got to wear protective gear to breathe, or we're going to be like, okay, and we're going to be buried the next day. Anyways, take it for what you will, people. Plausibility, to me, this area with the gray aliens and the technology. That shit, I think, has got some reality to it to a certain point. As far as other humans living on Mars and have been for a long time, I really don't think so, but I'm not going to say no completely, okay? Because as long as you're in an outfit that has protective gear from the elements and you have a breathing apparatus, you're okay. The problem I have a problem with, or the part I have a problem with, is human beings need liquid constantly. If our body goes too long without water, we're dead. There is probably not drinkable water for humans on Mars at this time. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say. There is apparently snow on Mars, which means if there is snow, that means H2O. Okay, so that means there is water. I just don't know if it's drinkable water or not. I was never at Mars. Okay, I've never been to Mars. I've never left the planet. Okay, however, I would love that opportunity at some point. I would love to go to Mars, just to visit, though. I don't want to hang out there long. They can dump me off on some other Earth-like planet later where I can actually breathe that atmosphere without a problem. However, in the meantime, I wouldn't mind going to Mars to check it out for myself. But from the best of my knowledge and understanding and what's been going on this planet in dark, dark places, I would say a lot of this could be very plausible, but to a certain point, okay? But at the same time, I think there's a lot of shit here that is definitely bullshit, okay? And this is what concerns me the most about this entire article. This guy has, in this little highlighted area, just committed the ultimate act of treason, okay, which puts you in front of a firing squad, if I remember correctly, of military rules and regulations when you open your trap, okay? However, opening your trap is usually not such a bad thing. It's stealing documents that is going to get a bullet in your head. Because it says here, while Captain K has no physical evidence to back up his claims, he says that he is doing everything he can to obtain highly classified documents which would prove that what he is telling is true. That alone, in that small little sentence, is going to get a bullet in his head. Even if he fails, it's going to get a bullet in his head. He's committing an act of treason, okay? And he's also disobeying what he has to uphold, and that is silence, okay? Parts of the testimony from Captain K are consistent with that of Michael Ralphie, whatever, another whistleblower who claims to have 20 years tour on the Red Planet. Laura Magdalene Eisenhower, and of course we do know that Michael didn't get any documents out, now did he? Of course not. And nor do I recall him ever saying that he's going to go after documents. He's just shooting off his mouth. Laura Magdalene Eisenhower, great-granddaughter of former President Eisenhower, claims that efforts were made to recruit her onto a human colony on Mars, led by researcher Dr. Hal Puthoff. Okay, so this sounds like a lot of sci-fi bullshit as far as I'm concerned, but it also sounds like there are some plausible items in here too that make certain parts of the aspect of this write-up very possible and very realistic. However, none of us will ever really honestly know the truth as long as it's in paper. Because even if this whack job gets documents out of highly guarded, classified areas, okay, top secret files, okay, even if he gets that paperwork, there is not one person on the face of this earth that is going to believe that horse shit. And I'll tell you why. Because anybody with a brain knows that paper documents are just that. They can be forged all too easy. Okay? Now, everybody pretty much on the planet, well, at least 6 billion out of 7 billion people for sure, want to know the truth about extraterrestrial involvement with the human race. Whether they created us, how our evolutionary stuff took place, how we advanced, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we all want proof of that, right? So, it's one thing to say you believe in something. It's another thing to have actual proof. Now, paperwork is not proof. Okay? It isn't. What would be proof? And I've said this before, and I will say it again. I want to see, not for my benefit, but for you people, because I already believe, and it's not just the fact that I believe, I'm damn sure it's true, because the thing is, it's a big-ass universe. It's a huge galaxy. There are billions of planets in our own galaxy alone, okay? And, we have, a certain amount in our solar system. So it's kind of logical, and you'd have to be a complete moron not to be able to accept the fact there are more advanced people out there than us. So what if they look different? Who cares? We have a lot of people who look different on our planet, and because of our multicultures and different colors of skin and languages and everything else. So what's so different about, an alien gray or a reptilian, okay, or an insectoid for that matter, aka spider people, okay, probably, or any other culture out there, or race or species in the universe. What's so different about them? Not a whole lot, okay? A lot of them are a lot more advanced than us, obviously, and some of them, quite a few of them in fact, are less advanced. And some of them are exactly where we are right now. And that's just on the one playing field of our universe. Don't forget, they're also talking about multiverses, which takes into account to parallel universes, parallel Earths, etc. It's like, holy crap, that becomes a whole new ball of wax, right? But the thing is, the only proof acceptable to the people of this planet is not going to be on a movie, on a TV, because every radio station was taken over, and every TV station has been taken over by the world governments to launch some kind of a bullshit thing. I'm not going to believe what I see on a TV screen. Are you? No, I want to see it hovering over my yard. I want to meet these creatures from these other planets and know they're real creatures, not assholes dressed up in suits. Okay? So, like many of you, solid evidence and proof is not going to come from some whack job Captain K or some other Dr. Hamburger Boy or any other scientist in the entire planet, okay? None of them are going to even convince me of what they're saying is true, okay? What's going to convince me of the fact of the ETs is the same as you. They got to be hovering over my house, man. They got to be over every single city, every single township, every little countryside road, and mass swarms global wide, so that the entire planet would actually believe. Okay? Now, I also want to meet these characters, okay? Face to face. That's important, okay? Not just so I can say, can you please drop me off at a better planet than this? You know, it's just to be able to meet them, you know, and to talk with them and to learn from them, you know. And the human race is ready for it. I don't give a shit what mainstream media tries to feed you, okay? We are ready as a species to finally be able to deal with this on a reality level, not just papers and little dumbass videos and stuff and this sort of crap on the screen in front of you, okay? Because that's all this stuff is. It's garbage. It's you know, a lot of it, better than 95% of this stuff is faked out junk and entertainment, and it feeds the minds of the gullible, okay? Those of us who are not so gullible, like moi, okay, we're going to believe what we see with our own eyes in reality out in our back door, okay? That's what we're going to believe the most, okay? We're not going to put much stock in any of this stuff, right? So this guy being willing to commit an act of treason to get a bullet in his head over the deal is an idiot and a moron, okay? I mean, come on. He's willing to go, and who else is he going to get involved that's going to get a bullet in their head too to help him sneak this stuff out? For what purpose, folks? He is not going to prove anything. Just because it's in paper, who cares? Any of us can fake that same paperwork. Government does it all the time. Hello? Wake up, people. Okay? Reality check. Anyways, that's enough of that. Read the rest of the article. Watch the movies. I haven't even honestly bothered to watch these videos that are up here because I find it extremely pointless to me. However, it might help you out. Who knows? But this is just one site. The link for it will be in the description of the video. You know, I'm going to go do some more searching around the internet. And if I do find any other links pertaining to this that have any kind of meaning or usefulness to them, I will re-edit the description box and add more links, but I wouldn't probably count on it. But if I do, I will add those in because you guys know I will. I want to give you all the information I can. But I thought I'd start with this section anyways, just to let you know what's going on, because I found it quite amusing, because just yesterday I posted the video about NASA telling us that the atmosphere is being stripped away, there's no magnetic field, blah, blah, blah. And now here we have some joker here claiming that him and this other guy have been actually living on Mars for the last 20 years of their lives, you know, protecting the human colonies from the indigenous life forms on Mars. Like, what the hell is this? And that it's a habitable planet? And NASA just finished telling us it's not. So this is another thing of who to what do you believe? You know what I mean? Have a good one, guys. Catch you on the next one.